introduction. We'll start with Pradeep.
Hi, my name is Pradeep Reddy. Right now, I'm working for a company called Common Global Consulting.
Okay.
I've been working for this company for 2 years.
Okay.
Mainly, we work on a tool called Prerequisite.
Okay.
But not the BPM. We work on CRM.
Mm-hmm.
So as my background is like a little bit different, not computer science, so I'm not that good with the Java programming. And like the main reason I'm taking AEM because my company, it was an acquisition by another company called Merkle, which is like they are like prime partners with Adobe. All
Okay.
they do is like Adobe marketing.
Okay.
So
What is the company
I
name
just
that
want-
acquired? Merkle, is it?
yeah,
MERKEL.
MERKLE.
KLE, Merkle.
Yeah. They recently acquisitioned one company in India, also Sakroti.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you are based out of India or you're in the US?
US.
Okay. Oh, Access 41 acquired by Merkle. This looks to be a good company. Interesting. Okay, good stuff. But you, how many years of total experience you have?
2 years.
Total 2 years. Okay. A little bit of HTML, JavaScript, core Java, JSP, servlets. You are aware?
Not that good.
Okay. Anyway, I'll give you some pointers. You need to prepare on those.
Okay.
Because this is a Java-based CMS, so you need to know basics at least. Okay, I'll tell you where to study, what to study. I'll tell you. And let's start with Prakash.
Yeah. Hey guys, this is Prakash. I'm also based out of USA. I've been experienced IT professional for more than 9 years. The reason that I brought my attention to AEM is nowadays everything is a CRM, marketing technology, like every company, and so I wanted to get my step into it and start learning the Adobe Marketing and Experience Manager.
Okay, so somebody told that the job market is hard to learn AEM, is it? That would be the main point.
It's not about hard. It's a CRM, right? It's not hard or anything.
It's a CMS actually. It's a content management system.
Yeah.
So okay, we will see. We'll get into the introduction of it. Anyway, I just want. Okay, you are aware of core Java, J2EE, struts. I mean, HTML and all.
Yeah, HTML, JavaScript, Java, core Java. I'm aware of, not the servlet.
Okay, fine. So first of all, before even looking at anything, let us look at the prerequisite for our training.
Sure.
JSP servlets. For people who don't know anything about JSP servlets, you just have to go through this Java Brains by Kaushik. It's a very good video, simple and straightforward. Or whatever preference, like if you want to go through some blocks, go through some blocks. Okay, this is the first requirement. Next thing, core Java, I don't want you to learn everything. In specific, I want collections, interfaces, inheritance, object creation, and concepts of JVM, like how the memory is allocated and all these things. Okay,
yeah. I think objects in class, inheritance, instantiation.
Like if I have a list, how to iterate over a list.
Yeah.
Right? Those are all. Let me add like iteration over a list. Very basic. And then little bit of JavaScript, basic of HTML and CSS. Like CSS should not be something which is very new to all of you. HTML, CSS, and custom tag creation in JSP, implicit objects in JSP. Forget about HTML5 jQuery. Okay, this much is what I require. Okay, this will be your prerequisite before you start the training. Like, it will be great if you can go through all these things. Or if you feel no, I will go through the training and on a need basis I will learn whatever is required. Some people say that because of time constraints they just want to, on a need basis they will learn. That also you can do if you feel that is the right way. Yeah, this is the first thing. Next, are you aware in general like what a CMS is, why exactly a CMS is required in general? What is the
Yeah.
content?
So the content management system, it's like you have this website, you want to, the business have a need of changing the content, not only in the website, it's also like any campaign or marketing based on the need or what's the trend in the market. So the content management system is the way to keep track of whether it's an offer system or whether it's a website, or so that's where you keep the content
Right. Okay.
required for your company.
Right. Yeah. Right. Exactly right. Okay. So we'll see. So what is a content management system? Right. Basically, it's a tool used to build websites. Right. As simple as it is. Now, when I say that, you have core Java, you have J2WR, you have .NET PHP. Right. How does a CMS help? Right. So when you want to change some content in, let's say, a normal application, you will have to go to the particular JSP or the HTML and change it. Now, each time let's assume foxnews.com, right, a news website. Every minute the content keeps changing, so you cannot expect them to go and do the code change, deploy it each time on the production and stuff. Rather, you want a kind of user called as authors, right? So authors are the people who manage the content of the website. So it makes it easy for non-technical users to manage the content of my website, right? Example, like let's say, so how does a website look like? A website is a collection of pages, and every page in turn is a collection of components. For example, this is the carousel component, the moving images that you see one by one. This is a text component. This is a image component, right? The highlighted in blue. Again, this is like another text component. So I'm an author. If I feel this content is outdated, I'll just go and say breaking news. Okay. Right? It makes it easy for non-technical users to manage the content of my site. This is the first one. And if I feel that this image is outdated, right, I don't need to do any image processing or any image handling. I can just go and add any image here. Okay. You see this? Now, having said all of this, okay, so this is the main task of a content management system. Okay. Now we need to understand which are some of the CMS tools in the market. So we can broadly classify into .NET based, .NET PHP, and Java based. Okay. Now if I talk about .NET based, we have Documentum. Right. Earlier, initial few days, team site was with .NET, then they moved it to Java. If you talk about PHP, you have WordPress and Drupal, open source CMS. And then Java based, you have like Sitecore, IBM CMS, and all these things. Right. Now, which is the leading CMS tool? How do we evaluate the CMS tools? Right. So we rely on standard reports like Gartner's and Forrester's. So when enterprise architects evaluate CMS tools, you need to go by a parametric based evaluation of every CMS and then evaluate. So they rely on these reports. So I've added the URL here. You can go ahead and look at this. So AEM is the leading from last 3-4 years. So you can just go ahead and look at this report. And here you can go ahead and download the report. Why exactly is it leading? We'll understand that. You see, there are 6 features. The first feature is when you want to build a website that works on multiple channels. When I say multiple channel, it can be a tablet, a laptop, desktop, any of these channels. You need one-time building, you need one-time authoring and one-time development effort. It has to work across all the channels. So let's say on this side. Nowadays, everything is responsive. We go with the responsive web frameworks, like for example, coupling CSS3 media queries with Bootstrap. So you know that the entire page will be divided into 12 grids, and when I resize, okay. So basically, one-time development will lead to this one. So AEM allows you to build a multi-channel and a multi-language, right? Now, I just want to do one-time authoring, and it has to roll out across all the available languages. So you could run a translation workflow which translates the content into all these multiple languages here. If you see, go here, I would say Italian. Just one-time creation. So the point I'm trying to convey here is AEM gives you a framework called multi-site manager. It's also called as MSM. What this MSM allows you to do is it allows you to create multi-channel and a multi-language website where the effort of creation is only one, and you could roll it out into different languages or channels. The concept here is you would create a blueprint which would be like English, or a blueprint which will be like the desktop, and you can copy it into all the child pages. Okay, so that's the MSM first advantage. The next advantage is whenever you see sites like, for example, news.com. Now, these sites remain relevant only when these images, videos, documents, right, whatever you see, these are all called as digital assets. These have to remain updated. Now, this one is going to have thousands of assets across the site. So what we need in such a scenario is a centralized console for managing all the assets of your site. Right? A centralized console for managing all the digital assets. So AEM gives you a centralized console called Digital Asset Management. It's also called as DAM, Digital Asset Management Capability. If I go here, right. For example, all the assets for this particular site, right? For example, banners, documents, movies, everything will be dumped here. Right? Look at this, all the images for the Geometric site. Geometric is like a fictitious website. The moment you start the server for the first time, you're going to see this. All the assets are added here. Now, if I open this image, like let's say you want to add your own image. Let's see here, all the movies, videos, everything is added here. If you want to add your own image, okay. Now, if you see this image, now there would be some width and height of that image, right? Now, on a mobile device, I don't want that big image to show up. On a mobile device, I want a smaller image, like something with a 48 width and a 48 height. On a laptop, I want the 1080, 1280. And so, the moment I upload an image into my DAM console, it gives me multiple width and heights, right? So I did not even have to write any code, right? It is automatically generated. This is called as renditions. So AEM allows you to generate the renditions for videos. I mean, when you upload a video, you might have thumbnails for that particular video. AEM gives you renditions for that. AEM gives you renditions for the images that you upload. Okay. So to keep it simple, centralized console for managing all the digital assets of my website. The third one, AEM allows me to personalize the pages. Now, what do I mean by personalization? Now, let's say you go and buy an electronic gadget, let's say a tablet on Amazon. So subsequent times when you log in, you would want to see some promos, vouchers, or new gadgets in the market based on your pattern and based on the behavior pattern previously. So AEM allows you to create segments, right, where you can create segments and then create experiences for these segments. So a framework for creating personalization. Okay. Now, for example, another example can be Microsoft.com. Like when you log in on a mobile device, it will show you a different homepage, and Microsoft.com, when you log in with your laptop, it might show you a different same URL, rendering different content based on browser behavior, based on the type of operating system, based on the location and stuff, right? So this is called personalization. AEM gives you a framework for using personalization. Okay. Next, AEM also gives you an ability to build e-commerce websites. Now, when I say e-commerce websites, what are some of the features of any e-commerce website? What are some components that you might see? Anybody?
Transaction based.
Correct. You would see like something like a shopping cart before purchasing, and of course you would also want a checkout where you can go and give your secure checkout. And before buying a product, you might want to look at the reviews and ratings of other people who have purchased a product. And when you want to buy a shirt, you would want to see the variants, right? For example, product variants, product pricing information. So all these are called e-commerce components or e-commerce features. Now, if I want to build a new site, I need to implement these features. So AEM already comes built in with these features so that the time to develop becomes less, and accordingly the marketing team will have a significantly higher time for creating the strategies for marketing, right? So which means AEM comes shipped with all these e-commerce capabilities. Now, for example, if you see this here, like let's say I want to go and purchase a shirt or a trouser.
What is the e-commerce website built with AEM? Do you have anyone implemented already?
Yes. All kinds of sites are already implemented when you ship AEM. For the reference they've given you. This is called as Geometrics Outdoors. It's a fictitious site Adobe built.
Okay.
So now if you see here, this trouser, like before buying this, I can go ahead look at the review. So this is a component, right? It's just a component. You don't need to spend time in development effort for this. It's built in. And if I say add to cart, this add to cart functionality itself is built in again. Now this product information, usually when you work on large scale e-commerce applications, you will have something like Oracle ATG or WebSphere or Hybris, right? Any of these e-commerce system which is providing you with this product information, product pricing, and etc. etc. Which means, can I use AEM for the front end, like these components with AEM, shopping cart built in AEM, but backend information from Hybris, right? So AEM already comes built in with a Hybris connector for such a scenario. Otherwise, if you feel there is no built-in connector, can I add my own connector? Because AEM supports any Java connector, you can add your own connector too. Okay. So that's the next advantage. AEM comes built in with a Hybris connector. If not, you can build any Java connector, but it comes built in with these components: cart, payment gateway, product view, product detail, pricing, etc. And it also makes my site interactive because I can go ahead and add reviews, ratings about this right? And right, you see this, you see based on the reviews ratings. So it allows the user to interact with the site. So this is called as a community feature. And also, if you see, this is the feature that I've added here. You could have blogs, communities, calendars, forums, reviews, which basically enables the visitors to engage with my website and across social media channels. Okay, so that's the main advantage of AEM. Now, AEM also gives you a powerful authoring framework. Right? Think of this. When I'm working for Fox News, I might have to go to a disaster location, click photographs of any particular event, and I have the photographs. By the time I come back to the head office and upload all the images to my site, there is going to be a significant delay. Right? So what Adobe have done is they've introduced a framework which is responsive for authoring. For the authors, they can author on the mobile. Right? That's the cool feature. So if you see, right? If I try to resize, right now it's a one grid. At some particular breakpoint, it becomes a two-column grid. In this way, it adjusts. The author does not have to struggle by having to have a scroll bar here, horizontal one, and scroll to the right. Right? Auto is a responsive framework for authoring. Okay. So these 6-7 features put together makes AEM the leading CMS. Right? These features here. Next. Now you might ask me which are some of the large sites which are using AEM. Philips, T, Connectivity, Intel, right? At least about 400 to 500 of the top Fortune 1000 are already on AEM. Right? Hi, these are top brands. Now, for curiosity sake, given any website, how do I find out the underlying technology stack? Go to buildwith.com. And just key in intel.com, for example, and do a lookup. Right? It will tell you which web server it is using, what email services. Right? Look at this. It's using Adobe CQ. Now, for my curiosity sake, I'll go and say, do you know a list of all Adobe CQ sites? Royal Caribbean, MGM Resorts, Research Intel, right? You see, so many sites are built on AEM. Right? 18,000 sites. So imagine the amount of work. Imagine how the market is going to be. Right? So it is here to stay. So don't worry about how the market is. Next, talking about our training, right? So this training, I need about, this is a developer and advanced developer session put together. And if you see, it's going to be about 25 to 30 hours of training. Every day, like we want to cover about 1 to 1.5 hours. Okay, these are all the topics. We're going to understand the architecture, Sling, creation of components one by one, creation of dialogues, OSGI, site framework, touch UI, classic UI, and stuff. Okay. Every day we are going to have like a one to 1.5 hour session. I'm going to give you the class notes. Like for example, if you see one of my running batch notes, like this, we are going to create a document every day and add important URLs, important points and stuff. I'm going to give you hands. It's going to be more of a hands-on. I'm going to do the exercise, give you assignments. You're going to do it. If you get stuck, like we can discuss whatever the issue is. After the end of the training, like it will help you to get either a job, clear interviews, or for certification. Apart from that, what else do you want to know, guys, about the training? Anything specific you want to know? You know the prerequisite, you know some basics of AU, how long the training is going to be, I'm going to give you a PDF which will have a step-by-step of everything. In case you miss the recording or in case you miss the training on a day, like you can look at the recording and cope up with whatever you missed out. Anything else in specific? We are going to cover 6.2 version of AEM.
How long
Is this the latest version?
Yep. How long is like 25 to 30 hours? Probably in 1 month it should be over. 1 to 1.5, like if you're missing too many sessions and stuff, it might extend up to 1.5 months. Otherwise, in 1 month we should be done. And you have to practice every day. Like you need to you need to put about 1.5 hours effort every day on this. Otherwise, it's going to be a waste of your money. Anything else you want to know in specific?
You will help us install any kind of exercises.
Yeah, everything I'll help you. Like I'll give you the start server setup. I'll make you do everything. Okay. So you just like don't worry about any like once you enroll, like I'll take care of everything, like exercise setup and everything. It's going to be more interactive and you are going to learn. Right? Basically, you need to give me like honest effort, and you need to brush up with some prerequisite topics. Because when I write some Java code, it should not be like some alien code for you. Anything else, guys? Pradeep, do you have anything else?
Nothing much, but I'm like a bit poor in Java, so I need to do more extra effort. So when it comes to Java and please try to explain a little bit more, like compared to like one to North Java, that would be helpful.
Got it. But parallelly, you will have to spend, like if I say for 5 minutes, you'll have to spend the 15 minutes in understanding later on. That commitment you have to give me.
Yeah.
Like one day before, I will let you know what I'm going to touch upon. Before coming in on that day, you'll have to prepare on that, right?
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Okay, guys. Thanks for your time. We'll see how things go. All right.
Tomorrow we meet same time, right?
I think the next thing we are straight away going to begin with the session. Like once you kind of enroll with Srinivas, you can coordinate with Srinivas, and we can take it forward from there.
Okay.
Okay. Srini, I'm
Okay.
dropping up. So we'll thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.